economy is good, you hope the world market's good, you hope that you have the equipment to harvest it. There's a lot of variables here. That so far we've been richly blessed, and these are phenomenal. Much more than I ever anticipated right here. As I was the wet blanket, okay, but it worked out, and it's working out still. So we've got to get to a benchmark. Once we get to that benchmark, $5,000 for October 1st, our next benchmark is this, and we're going to have the help of a social media person.
So right now our goal is each of us to get 10 people to sign up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so we just need to tell, they're just gonna send it out, and if I wanna take somewhere, like I have all these things in my mind, but I don't wanna
Right.
just go there with nothing.
On Facebook, not on Facebook, on the website, they can set up recurring. Then you're saying that there's, hard copies that you can hand cards out to people as well, so depending on who the person is that you're talking to, there's something to put in their hands or something that they can get their phone out and take care of right now.
And again, for $13, what we're saying, asking you to say to people is, will you help us feed the children here in our area for $13 a month and feed these children for every year? And it's not a matter of that people don't want to. It's a matter of that Megan and I cannot hit enough people. That's what it is.
But, you know,
Because for
I'm not gonna be
13
ugly, but you and Megan need to be far removed from this.
We
I mean,
can't-
because if this slips and falls, any progress we make in this is going to come up with a shortfall of these two. I mean, that's just the way it is. Okay? And from April to August every year, there's financial pressure at the storehouse. There's financial pressure. We have a monthly burn. We got dip into saving before we make it to the run in September till we have some income coming in. This will alleviate a lot of that pressure, and that's our goal.
Leah, we also have a fact sheet, you know, because sometimes the card isn't enough. You wanna know some facts about the storehouse and how many kids were served and, you know, that sort of thing, how long it's been. So we have those available. I don't know that they're readily available to you, so just I'll email them a copy out. Or Jennifer, I think you have a copy when you're putting the board materials. So if that may help to, cause I was just thinking I was gonna send my son out when he gets back. But he needs to know a little bit more. He has a pretty good idea, but he doesn't have any facts. So if someone started quizzing him, you know, about the storehouse, I don't know if he could answer all that.
Everything's on our website. Pull up communitystorehouse.org and this can give you everything you need.
If you get
Any
a
hard
group-
copy, so either Jennifer or me ask us, we'll send you anything you need. But there is a wealth of information on that website.
If you get a group of people together, are you affiliated with the teachers here in South Lake? Is that-
No, I'm a counselor in Byron Nelson.
Okay, if you get a group of teachers together one morning and you just wanna give them a 5-minute, call me, I'm right down the road from Byron Nelson, I'm in Roanoke also. So, I'll come, if you get a group enough that, you know, that wants for you and I both to be there, call me, I'll come speak to them. Because I'll just give them, you know, how much we depend on this. And $13 is not that much when you're giving it, but when you're receiving it, it's a lot. It's a
One
lot.
of the things I've made a note of is, like, the small group that I'm a part of, I'm gonna send an email out to them asking them to sign up and participate. Along with that, I'm gonna put the step-by-step instructions for them to go to the website, click on this, put your.
It's all changing.
So when is it gonna be?
It's all changing. Right now, that's fine. It's gonna be just in the next couple of days. We don't wanna hold this up. But we'll take care of the folks that are on there when we make the change. The change is so easy. All you gotta do is hit the donate button. You can go in and change your amount if you want to after you give us 13, when you hit 14. This is set up when your card expires. We're going straight to the bank to get your new card. We're not waiting on you. So everything is changing on that. We're upgrading that. Cause the current one drove me nuts.
Well, it
It
is hard to
wasn't the
change your amount.
easiest, right,
You gotta
and so
start at the
this
beginning.
one, and that's another thing in the studies that I've done now show, we have to make it as easy as we can, and we also draft out of your bank. If they don't wanna use a credit card, then we draft another bank accounts too, so it's set up, I mean, you can't get any easier than what you're gonna see.
Can I ask a question? I know we've talked a lot about this, and I'm confused. So, back to the Facebook thing. think I originally said something about, you know, how we all have this 1,000 times, but, you know, Jim Carter likes Community Storehouse 13x13, hit like if you like it. If you go in there and look at it, it explains it, talks about it. You know what I'm saying?
Creating a
Have
page.
we talked
just
about
for that
this?
campaign.
It's whoever, again, whatever y'all wanna do.
Well, and I think we need to determine I think that's a great idea. Robert.
If you send me the pictures and stuff that you're talking about, I'll create a page for the
And
campaign.
put the donate, is there a way to put the
Yeah, the
donate
donate.
link or the
Okay.
whatever in there that takes them
I'll
right
do
to
that,
donate?
because then that's
There's one
something
thing
that
about
it's
that.
not even just an event, but it's something, it's a page specifically dedicated to this campaign, that we can share on our, you know, whatever we're involved in.
Brandon's doing the social.
There's one issue with that is you're gonna eventually. I mean, that's a great idea, because this is my department that I deal with. We're gonna spread ourselves too thin. You're gonna have too many. Because right now we have 4 pages already. So what we have is we have the Community Storehouse page. We actually have a Community Storehouse 2 page that we haven't gotten rid of because of the fact that there's people on it. We also have a Hope's Dinner. We also have a Run in the Dark. So what you're doing is you're eventually going to, like, Margaret's going to like your 13 for 13 page, and Brad Ender's going to like your Community Storehouse page. And in my mind, I like Community Storehouse. So what you actually need to do is we need to link them together. Instead of adding a new page, we need to use the pages that we have, because Brad's going to see what Margaret's not seeing. Margaret's going to see what Brad's not seeing, because they're not on the same page.
What I'm saying is just take us right to the link of a 13x13.
Yeah, that's different. We can
See,
do
but
that.
That's all I'm
But I disagree with you.
I mean, it's whatever y'all want to do. I just want.
If we're trying to promote 13x13, we need to be able to promote 13x13, which can lead people to connecting with our website or with whatever. But to me, it's an entry point for people, and rather than them having to search the Community Storehouse page to find the 13x13, letting the 13x13 lead them to our website.
What if we build an advertisement instead? Because an advertisement does the same thing. The only difference is you pay you pay 99 cents a year for an advertisement, and what it does is it pops up. It'll pop up on all of our pages.
But can I easily find that advertisement to share it whenever I want?
It'll pull
Or is
up.
it just gonna
It
pop
should.
up?
The way that it works now is it pulls up on. If you like Community Storehouse and Community Storehouse has an ad out there, every time you pull your page up, you're gonna see our ad.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's like a billboard, because you talked about billboards. But it'll scroll. I mean, it's 99 cents for a year. So if you were to do it and you don't like it, it costs $1, and I'll donate $1 since I'm the
And
one.
the people that hear about the campaign other places and they will pull it up, are they gonna pull up Community Storehouse to see about it, or are they gonna pull up 13 for 13?
I would say, in my mind, you pull up the 13x13 page, and there is a URL for the Community Storehouse website.
You know, I'm not knowledgeable in it. 57-year-old woman, I'm going to Community Storehouse. So,
Yeah, but we're talking about,
no,
we're being very
no,
specific.
I'm just saying. How can we, again, market this to the young people and the old people?
Well, okay, so quickly, social media is all about fast, right? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, they're all about just go straight to it. And so I kind of lean toward, if you're gonna push the 13 for 13, then just quickly tell me how to sign up for it. I don't wanna dig around, I don't wanna scroll through, really, for a lot of people, yes, we wanna educate them on the Community Storehouse, but the reality is we also want their 13 every month. So just tell me how to do it.
Goes right back to what Wayne's been saying. Everything there, 18-year-old kid does not care about the dinner. 18-year-old kid says, man, I'm gonna spend $13 a month and be part of something good. Take them directly to that 13x13. We don't care about any other thing. It's like we talk about the whole time.
So does that mean a new page?
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
or
say
you.
New page. Doesn't mean that you can't on the Community Storehouse page also have a place for 12x13, get that in? 12x13, not 13 by 13.
What about
I keep
15
laughing,
by
there
15?
are not 13 months in the year.
Just
So,
it's a
Seems
year,
like
we
it
keep
sometimes.
mixing up
sometimes
in
it
there.
seems like that, but you can have it on the Community Storehouse page. That's not a problem too. But a specific 12 by 13, because what you're wanting to do with the young people is you're wanting that tagline, 12 by 13. They will not remember community storehouse, they won't. But a 12 by 13, that's just unique enough for them to click into. I gotta see more about that. Well, I can do $13 a month, particularly if you say $13 a month would buy a dozen apples. You know, something, where. Yeah, 2 Starbucks coffees. Put it into something that's real to them. Starbucks coffee is probably more than apples. You know, the moms would get it with apples, but, you know, but, something that makes sense to them. $13, does that even buy a movie ticket anymore? But, you know, yeah, barely. Movie ticket with no popcorn. So, yes, I would say do the.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
You want the tagline, 12 by 13.
I know that you.
Let me see what I'm gonna do.
Oh no, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, the cool thing about social media now is there's a delete button.
We're gonna mark, as of July 1, whatever, or June 30th, we're gonna mark to see where we are in these kind of contributions. Okay, and then we're gonna test it from July 1 through September 30th. Okay, we wanna see how well we do from there until September 30th. Okay, and listen, sorry about that, I'm used to typing, not handwriting, but let's see how well we do. All right, let's test ourselves. Let's see what we do. Let's make this thing work. If we can make it work between June 30th and September 30th, that's a true quarter. Okay, we can make this thing work. If our goal by this time is to be at 5,000 on it. That would be our goal. Okay, that's through this contribution. And if everybody on the board does that, I'll do my part. You know, and we've still got a lot of things coming up between now and then. We still have the run coming up. We've got all this stuff that Barbara, that's yours. You know, this is something, yeah, you this. But let's see how close we can do next time. Then when we meet in October for the board meeting, I'll come here and I'll say, these are our financials. This is where we were as of June 30th. This is where as of September 30th. Okay, we've got to get to this benchmark here. Once we get to that benchmark there, then it's time for us to sit down again and say, do we spend $3,000 a month contract labor? Oh, that was just a hypothetical number, but do we spend $3,000 to get a social media person on there to turn this 5,000 into 15,000? You know, what do we do? That would be our next business decision when we make it in October.
So if I'm hearing you, you're telling me that until we reach that 5,000, we don't hire.
You really can't. You can't. But you know, we do need to hire the social media, and I'm amazed at how much the social media is done. There's so much being done with it now. But folks, we have to get to this point here before it's a real benefit. This tells us right here, we have a consistent income stream coming in. We can hire somebody on the social media side to develop it, to take it to the next step, and we'll set more goals. Let's not talk about them now, but this is our goal we need to get to by the end of September. If everybody will do their part, and if you want me to come help you leave, I can speak to the group of teachers, whatever, don't hesitate to let me know, okay? Does anybody have any questions about this? I will monitor this, and I will graph it out, and I'll see how we're doing. Folks, this is free. I mean, there's really nothing more than just our effort. It's just an effort going forward that says, I'm gonna see to it that my 10 people make the contribution. That's $130 a month. And that's not, I bet by the end of the day, if we really want to do all this, we gotta find 10 people that would do this. And then it could be a pyramid thing. Have somebody, have them do it, have them go out and find somebody. This is my idea, the seed's been planted, we need to go forward with it. It will be vital in the next 2 to 3 years. Anybody have any questions for me? Anything I can answer or try to?
I just want to say thank you for coming and sharing and challenging us to step up and help out in this critical juncture of where we are at the storehouse at this point. But we all know we're going to have to find a place to live one of these days because we are going to be gone off California.
Right now, there's so many variables facing the storehouse. I've told you this many times. There's so many variables. We need it consistent. And this could be, it would be so nice to say the community storehouse owns this building. The community storehouse does it. And folks, this is our pathway. We planted the seed, and let's make it happen, because it can. And you know, Brad's a banker also, but, you know, I look for things that are consistent, I look for historical trends. And once we get this historical trend started, then we go to the next step. There's no stopping this social media. There's no stopping it. It's just like a wildfire. Thank you for having me. I don't have enough cards for everybody on